at the beauty. Look at the physical beauty, the blessing. It's the na'mah of Allah, all the na'mah on them. And whereas an ugly person, a physiologically ugly person, could actually be more entreated, or more bestowed, more ample with the blessings or manifestations of the Creator than that physically beautiful person. It is very not disconcerting, but it is. I don't want to say even deceptive. It is murky, very very undiscernible. Who is the blessed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We don't know, man. So the type of woman you would want is a woman that wouldn't use her kabaya, her status to torment you and to abuse you, but that would want to work with you if you are a clear, sound-minded, lucid man and say, okay, I don't care about what ajnabi, what abayat, what aswad, what this, that, and that's not afraid that nobody can bully her around, especially an older tribal woman of a tribe, whether they be Pakistani tribe, Indian tribe, or Shab al Khalij tribe, or, one that's over 50 years old. It can't be bullied, right? But she fits the attractive qualities that you look for in a woman, and there's a whole lot of them. They're hidden up in closets and back rooms, doors, in corners of their own homes. Yeah, a whole lot of them, man. Widows, aunties, they call aunties, divorced, never married, a whole bunch, and they got them locked up. And there's a lot of community shame placed upon them, especially if you are of Afro ethnicity or Negroid. Afro ethnicity, there's a lot of shame put on them, man. A lot of disgrace. They seen with, especially if you are a pauper, a poor guy, and she marries you. But it should be conditional that you get yourself economically rehabilitated, meaning you go to a job training course or skill training course of something that you can do to start earning money. The sad part, a lot of communities, is even a man here, he asked me, are you an engineer? See, right away, there's this immediate respect for doctors, a technician, or engineer, doctor. There's this thing, especially in subcontinent, India, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, in that alphabetical order. Bangladesh, India, the BIP countries, I call them. Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. This culture that doctor, engineer, you're somebody that means well educated. That means, because the reason why they look for that biologically in their template is it means that if you were able to surpass and surmount that, that means you have a logical, orderly structure of thinking. Orderly, proper structure, and that means you're also law abiding. You approve a lot of that. That's why they like that. But a lot of times there are a lot of blue collar, non collegiate, non university, non matriculated, educated people that are also law abiding, that are structured, but they just wanted to go into heavy mechanics or construction or unionized, blue collar, good labor or skilled labor type of work. They didn't want the collegiate matriculation or university prolonged. When then there's others like me that have had a bad row of life, as well as circumstances one after another. But what it is, so the type of woman, as I digress, forgive me as I digress in my thoughts. Being black, I've had a hard time finding legal representation, and then the private investigative metal and muscle that exists has told me that they would not represent me or work on my behalf unless I had legal counsel as a veil and a proper reporting system to support the legal counsel. The problem is I don't have the money for pro bono like a Rahina Ibrahim, who was snatched and pulled off her plane. I think she was wheelchair bound or somewhat disabled. She was a graduate. But the thing is about it, she was not this complexion, Malaysian ancestry, and a graduate student at Stanford, pulled off, I think, Hawaii or something like that. And the law firms, they haven't gotten a monetary judgment for her. I don't think, not that much. I think it was like hundreds of thousands. I'm not sure what it was. But the law firm spent over 3 point something million dollars, right, on her behalf, pro bono. The lawyer who represented her, one of them, the lead one, talked to me. I spoke to this lawyer before. When I called her one day from San Carlos, California, in the afternoon, on Harbor Boulevard near a job center, San Mateo County Job Center, where I used to go to use computers, surf the internet, printouts, which I didn't like printing out much. So if I had a device, I would use things on the device as opposed to printing out a piece of paper. I'm told you I'm very anti-paper, and this attorney told me, the good woman, the professional, that they spent over more than $3.5 million, or close to it, or over it, pro bono. My case wouldn't even take that much to find discovery. It wouldn't, man. And nobody, the legal apparatus would not accept or represent. I think it's because I'm too black and too ugly. I think so, and also my age. There's a lot of factors that affect the veracity of a client's mettle, mettle, as well as their standing, their candor, their standing, there's other terms that they use, their position, their appeal to the judiciary, to the justice, to the magistrates, or to justices in the system. There's the things, and I have a lot of sordid aspects about me. A lot of sordid aspects about the way of my life that doesn't paint a very good picture, or that would cause a recoiling or sort of a revulsion in some justices, or that might, and the attorney considers that. He weighs that out before he takes you as a client. This is really the deep shit, man, that we're there in. And you would think that Afro-ethnic organizations would have represented us better than this. A lot of people out there out for themselves, man, for that grant money and all that other stuff. Out for themselves. So I gotta watch out and worry about my devices. I gotta worry about my personal effects, just in case I'm remanded in custody after being forced into a corner of violating a country's rules. I gotta worry. I gotta be scared to death, man. You know what I'm saying now? You understand? You feel me? So what I'm saying is, it would be better to marry a woman that was older and that's attractive, what we call sexy. Attractive in the way that we want. There's a lot of them. Even silver-haired one, gray-haired one, are extremely attractive. And know how to be really, really womanly towards you and stuff like that. That's within our own religion. But there's a lot of rancid, and I got to do my olive oil part of the treatment, men that don't want to see a Negro get nothing.